Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our Feed My Kids run. This is our Start From Scratch Zielonka run, and we are currently subsoiling the field up here on 51. That's getting done. It's also getting fertilizing done at the same time, so that's good. We've already subsoiled 52. We still got 54 to go, so that's kind of where we're at. Obviously, all the crop is harvested, and everything's good there. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and borrow or lease a shallow cultivator. And the reason I'm going to lease a shallow cultivator is because I want to see if the cultivating step can be done. Can fix the tillage issue that we have. I don't think it will, but it might. And I think the shallow cultivator we're going to go for is this one, this horse one. It's relatively cheap. We don't need the seeder unit, and I think the cheapest one is this design one. We're just going to grab it. We're going to try it. I really don't think this is going to do anything because technically this already says it's cultivated, as you can see, the blue. So I'm pretty high level confidence this won't do anything, but I figured it's worth a shot. Because if it does, it gets us couple extra percentage points on selling stuff, which is well worth the $1,000 we just spent on this thing, right? We will find out together, though. Something tells me the worker won't run it. Although, if the worker runs it, it does mean that it's likely that it will actually work. I could probably try to worker first, just to see if he does anything. I mean, he's going to go. And it does change the visual ever so slightly. Oh, we are getting a seed bed. Okay, well then the big thing is then if we come over here to environmental score, are we getting an increased environmental score? Now, it might take a little bit for us to see it trigger here, but it's my understanding that the environmental score will go up instantly. Like, we don't have to wait for a harvest, I think? I could be way off. And it does not look like it's going up currently, but it is making a seed bed, like I said. I'm going to probably let it run for a little bit here. I can't tell that it's going up at all. Not sure how much we would need to go up. How much we need to get done for us to get, you know, credit for, basically. Like I said, it definitely is creating a seed bed here, which seems like a good thing. Like, I don't know. If it's not, I mean, if it does work, I'm 100% okay with it. This is actually going to be great for us. But if it doesn't, I wish there was a thing here for tillage. Because obviously there's something for just about everything else, right? There's pH, there's weed, nitrogen, I thought there was weed control. Actually, weed's on the other thing. But I wish there was something for tillage, and I'm not seeing the tillage number go up at all, and I don't think there's a way for us to... Yeah, we just can't see the tillage number there at all, can we? Do I see any settings here that tell me anything about tillage? I don't see anything. I'm blind, apparently. No, I just got lime, mineral fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, slurry, all that kind of junk. Nothing about tillage at all. Okay, so if I unselect this, yeah, I don't think it's going up. It's unfortunate because actually the fact that it's actually changing the state gave me a lot of hope just now. I might let it run for just a smidge longer, but I'm pretty confident that this is not going to do anything, which is really, like I said, really sad. I was really hoping for we would find a solution for this, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to find that solution. Where's it's coloring this differently as well, though? It's kind of confusing. Yeah, but it's just not doing anything, is it? I don't think... I'm looking... You can't see it, but I'm looking at the bottom line right there. And it just doesn't look like it's going up at all. Past the halfway mark. So, yeah... I don't know. I'm tempted. Does it say anything different here? We got pH. I mean, it's getting rid of weeds, apparently. Well, no, it's not. Never mind. I look. Actually, I'm not sure if it's getting rid of weeds or not. You know, it's not going to cost us that much to let him finish. Let's let him finish. Maybe it won't actually trigger into the harvest. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But we can let him finish just to see. Although if it does work, I'm going to be disappointed that I didn't do it on these fields as well, to be obviously. But let's let him finish and we'll kind of go from there. But I was really hoping this would work. Still, we're going to have a pretty good value, especially once we get the weeds done on this one, because all three of these fields will be like 90% plus. which should get us, 12, 13% total, which is pretty good. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna let this guy run for a little bit, and we'll be right back. All right, came back a little bit early because I've been sitting here looking at this subsoiler, and don't get me wrong, I like the fact that it does the fertilizer and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. Although there's no guarantee that the fertilizer is the same, because I don't actually have fertilizer listings for the 3 new crops yet. So there's no guarantee that this is actually fertilizing everything to the right level. I think it fertilizes the carrots and the beets to the right level, but what about the parsnips? We actually don't know. So there's that, plus the fact that it's just kind of slow, honestly. It's only 3 meters wide, and it's really, it's just not, it's going to take us forever. We've already got a slow process when it comes to harvesting, so anything else that we can speed up, it really just helps our overall efficiency. We really can't speed up the harvesting much, but if we can speed up some of these interim bits, I think that'll actually help us out a lot. Now, the problem is, if we go replace this, we do lose a bit of money because since we leased this, I'm sorry, I'm fishtailing a little bit. Because we leased this, it does mean that, let me see, let me go ahead and unload this. Because we leased it, we lose all the money that we put into the lease. The whole point of leasing to own is that at some point we will buy it on a bit of a, a discount. Now, it's technically more than what we would have if we just bought it outright to begin with, but still cheaper, kind of easier up front, and then, we get to a point where it's all good. But the fact that, like I said, this thing's slower and things like that, and it's a little bit overkill, I just feel like it's better for us to change to something else. Now, we have a couple options here. We have the option of going with just something that's a little bit wider, like these are 4 meters. That's already 33% faster, right? Same speed, 7 miles an hour, because it's the same as this one right here, right? 7 miles an hour, 3 meters versus 7 miles an hour, 4 meters. So already 33% faster. The other option would be just to go with this multi-cultivator here on the end if we still want to do fertilizer at the same time. And the cool thing about this one is it does the same thing, same width and everything like that, does fertilizer just like this one does. However, this one's 9 miles an hour as opposed to 7 miles an hour, which is, not quite the same speed boost. It's a little bit less than 33% faster, but it's close. Now, the reason I think I'm going to not go with this one is because I kind of go back to the idea that we don't actually know if we are fertilizing to the right level, and fertilizing is very fast. If you got a sprayer, you can fertilize in like a minute. It takes no time at all. So I think what we want to do is go with one of these bigger ones. Now, I would love to go with this one. This is one of my favorite ones. I've used this one quite a bit. It's quite expensive. Now, we're paying $21,000 for this and $39,000 for this. So we're actually already paying $60,000. So technically, this is not that much more expensive than what we are already paying for. And because it's twice the width, it would mean we actually pay less because we're not paying the same hourly fee as quickly, right, as we would be with this thing. In fact, this is almost 3 times the speed once you get right down to it. Now, this does take a 435 horsepower tractor, which I believe neither of our tractors is even close to that, correct? Yeah, not even close. So I think that would be the reason why we can't go with that one, unfortunately. We'd have to get to a large tractor someday. So I think the best bet, the best middle ground would be to go with one of these two. They're going to be a little bit wider and same speed, but a little bit wider. And that'll get us kind of where we want to be, kind of a nice middle ground, I think. Yeah, because these are just too powerful. We just wouldn't be able to pull those at all, unfortunately. I'd love to. Just wouldn't be able to. Now, is there anything else that does subsoiling? Power harrows do subsoiling, don't they? Oh, that's just a straight up cultivator, isn't it? I don't know why I was thinking this one did subsoiling. Yeah. Because these absolutely say can be used instead of a plow. Is there anything else that can be spaders? Spaders that can be used instead of a plow? Yeah, yes. That's what else I'm thinking of that can be used instead of a plow. Now, these are really slow. So there's really no reason why we'd ever grab one of these. That just wouldn't be helpful. And then, of course, there's the plows, which, yeah, we could do a plow, but it's a little bit, awkward to use, in my opinion. And none of these are, like, necessarily faster. They're just a little bit wider, so to speak. And, of course, there's the cultivators and the disc harrow. So I think we go with the subsoiler here. I think this is our best bet. We'll just go with the one that's red already, because that's kind of meets our color needs. Not quite as fast as that one that's 8 meters. Someday, hopefully, we can graduate up to that. But for now, I think this will be good for us. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of these. So we'll go ahead and return that. Again, we lose a little bit of money, but not... we're going to actually ultimately gain more money in the long run because we won't be paying as much per hour type of thing. So I think it's okay. It's going to speed us up, like I said, about 33% faster. It's not significant, but, you know, over the course of an entire game, it's going to make a pretty sizable difference, I believe. We'll see. Just wanted to bring you guys back so you kind of knew what my thought process was and where I'm going. Truth be told, we could actually afford 2 of these and just have both tractors kind of just knock this stuff out real quick and in a hurry. Which is not the worst idea in the world. Let me just start you down here. I mean, I don't know why you're struggling to get all the way to the end. I'll fix the end stuff later. Not a big deal. Let's get you rolling. Do I want to get a second one of these? Like I said, it would still be saving us money over the cost of those other 2 pieces together. Now, this is a little bit different looking because it's not doing the fertilizing step and everything like that, but it should effectively be doing the same thing. We'll just have to run fertilizer over. Oh, you know what? This is actually creating the seed bed. Okay, well, that's unexpected. Watch this be tillage. There's no way that it would cover tillage, right? I would like, what I'm looking for. There we go. Yeah, there's no way. It would be awesome if it did, but it is interesting that's creating the seed. Maybe it creates the seed bed anyway. And once I do the fertilizer step, that's what's causing it to like not create the seed bed. That's possible. But I think we go return this. You know what? Like I said, I think anything I can do to kind of, for cheap equipment especially, because that is very cheap equipment, and that's only 10,000 bucks, and so it's like really costing us basically nothing to run. And really only the initial cost is kind of one of the bigger factors there, because the hourly cost, if we run 2 of them, well, we'll accrue that half as frequently, right? And then of course there's the worker cost, obviously, from running 2. That's the other big thing, I suppose. But yeah, I think. Oh no, that's gonna be the same too. Come to think of it, we could either run 2 workers in half the amount of time, or 1 worker twice as long. No, this is actually totally worth it. We really don't pay that much extra to get a second one of these at all. It's very, very cheap, all said and done. So let's go ahead and grab us another one of these. Get this stuff knocked out real quick in a hurry. And I think I'm going to be very, very happy with this. What else can you attach to this? Because obviously you can attach to other things. Does it have combos listed here? No, it doesn't. I actually wonder what else you could attach to this. I don't know. I've never really tried to attach anything else to one of these. Maybe some sort of maybe you could add a cultivator to the back of it. Like I could probably do. I mean, I'm not going to, because it would be. What's the point? Because it's going to do the same thing ultimately. But yeah, there's no reason to do the shallow cultivator. But I'm assuming I could just attach this to it if I really wanted to. This is more of a curiosity thing than anything that's worth our time. Yeah, I mean, I could attach that right there. Again, there's no point. You probably attach a seeder of some sort of seeder, maybe, and do the seeding at the same time. Actually, I wonder. I don't know that we can grab this because that gate is not wide enough. No, it is not. I don't think this will work because that thing needs to attach to the spinner bit, but I'm kind of curious now. I'm going to pull one of those out. Again, not that we're actually going to do this, but I like to see what kind of combinations can work that we hadn't ever thought of. One thing I will say is I did do a little bit more research about the thing that makes the rows, the row maker part of the seeding process. And what I think I've learned is that it doesn't actually work with the precision farming, because I don't think you actually get the credit for the fertilizing that you would normally get. Maybe that's not completely true, but I think basically what it's supposed to do is supposed to give you 1 round of fertilizer. And I thought I saw a post online somewhere that somebody said they tried it out and it did not work with the precision farming. Again, that might be wrong information, but either way. Oh wait, would connect. Now this is not the right width. That is, if these were the same width, that would be fascinating. Okay, I'm suddenly backtracking on my thoughts because I can grab a 3-meter subsoiler right there. Okay, did I just figure out a better way to big bring this? That would be 3 meters, so that'd be 7 miles an hour. And then the seeder that we've got. Now we'd have to go back down to the 3-meter seeder. So is that really saving us any time? It is still saving us time, right? Because, let me see, where's the vegetables? Vegetables. My brain is not, there it goes. If we grabbed, these are only 6 miles an hour. So we'd actually be going at this speed, which is fine. We'd have to grab the 3-meter one again, which again is fine. So we can either get a field done and half as many passes as with this, right? Let's say if the field was 12 meters wide, we take 2 passes. Versus the subsoiler would have to go 3 passes. This thing would have to go 2 passes, so that's 5 total passes. Yes. Whereas if we did the subsoiling and the stuff at the same time, you'd have to do 4 passes. That is actually 1 less pass. It's a smaller seeder, but it is quicker if it actually does work. That is fascinating to think about. I mean, I know it's going to cost us a little bit of money, but it's okay because we're experimenting and we're coming up with good ideas. Now, it does also mean that we don't do the subsoiling until it's time to seed. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get one of these. I'm going to take both of these back. I guess I can unload the little bit of seed we have in here. I'm going to take both of these back. I'm going to get one pair. And if the one pair works, we'll use that on the red beet field over there on field 54. If that works, then we will probably swap the other one over as well. Yeah, because honestly, we're already halfway done with 51 on the subsoiling. We're already done with 52 on the subsoiling, so there's no point in really messing with those two right now. But we'll get one of these, and we don't have to get it right now. We can wait till later. There's no point in paying the leasing costs until we're sure that this is going to work, or until we're ready for it, I should say. So we'll go ahead and return all this. I know I'm spending a little bit extra money, but truth be told, it will save us a lot of money. Because the reason it will save us a lot of money is because these 6-meter ones are way more expensive, so I'm paying a much bigger leasing cost. Whereas if I do go back down to the 12.5s, then it actually will save us some money on that. Is there any reason to go back to this? Because this thing could technically attach to that other thing as well, right? I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason to run this, because I think we just run fertilizer. If that's all it does is add fertilizer step. So yeah, I think we hold off on leasing this, and it'll ultimately, I spend a little bit of money experimenting right now, but ultimately it will save us money down there. Oh, there was a cultivator right there. I could have tried it out to test with. So let's return, I don't know which one we're actually using right now. This one has 0.1 hours, so it's got to be this one that we're not using. And then we're going to get rid of the cultivator, because I don't think that actually... Well, even if it did something, we can get it back later. But I don't think it actually did anything, because obviously our current subsoiler is setting it to a seed bed. So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll get rid of one of the seeders, which... How will I know which one it is? I guess I can do it this way. I can just drop this off over here. I think this is a good plan, because this will actually speed things up a little bit more than even the 4-meter subsoiler. Until we can get the 8-meter subsoiler. Now, if we get an 8-meter subsoiler, that ultimately would be the best option. There's no reason to repaint this or repair it or anything like that. All right, we'll go with that. Cool. I'm happy with that. That does mean we're not subsoiling 54 yet. That's okay. We don't need to. It's not a critical to get that done early. Do we need to lime the fields? We might need to lime that new field, which I can go ahead and run this over here in a moment. What I'm looking for? There we go. We're looking for pH. Yeah. pH is probably okay for one more round. Let me turn that off. I get used to turning off the engine, so I'm not just running up hours on the machines when we don't need to. pH here is okay. I mean, I'm not going to run lime just for an okay. That's not that much of a boost. It's really only when it gets down to bad that I really care. Oh, this is good. No, we're good. Oh, you're a dummy. I did not even realize that you were doing this. Buddy, my pal, my friend, you've been wasting time and I've just been distracted. I mean, it's annoying, but not the absolute end of the world, I suppose. Such a dummy. Did that actually... Oh, wait, this isn't seed bedding. This is stubble tillage. Oh, so there is a difference. There actually is a difference between the two colors there. I didn't notice the difference. So he is stubble tillaging, which does say tillage in the name, which is why I wish it would do this, but it doesn't seem like it is unless it just doesn't happen until we harvest. All right, I'll bring you guys back once we get done with this one. Might as well finish this field as is, and then like I said, we'll save the other field for when we can combine it with the seeding. See if that speeds us up a little bit. It's not massive increases in time, but every little bit increase in time that we can come up with is going to add up over the course of how long we're having to do this. So I think we'll do that. So I'll be right back in just a bit. All right, we're back. Just finishing up the last little bit here on the subsoiling. And we will be good to skip ahead. So, and we'll be able to see kind of if any of this made a difference or anything like that. Obviously, we got to replant here in a bit. I also need to check when we got to sell stuff again, so we'll do that in just a moment. So I'm going to probably lean you against the wall back here. All right, get that there. Let me just check some of our timings and schedules and things. All right, so we have, let's also make sure the production facilities are going okay. They are. Looks like everything is good over here. Cool. I'm happy with all that. All right. When do we need to sell things? Let's find out. All right. We need to sell carrots in December, parsnips in July, beetroot in April. So the first thing will be carrots in December. And then as far as planting, we do not plant again until April. So really the next thing for us is December. We will not really be doing anything again until December when we got to sell all of our carrots. Okay, that sounds good. By the way, there is speculation based on some information I've gotten recently that we are not actually using up when we production facilities do not actually triple up. They don't actually do triple the production if you've got all three things running. And what I mean by that is that we're actually only getting a third of the carrots, a third of the parsnips, a third of the beetroots. This is just some research we did based off of information we talked about in the recent live stream. So if you missed that, you can definitely go find the VOD for that. But we were talking about how greenhouses work and how greenhouses do not produce triple. You can't do strawberries, lettuce, and tomatoes out of the same greenhouse and get triple the value. Now, you can get all three things, but you can't get 3 times the things just because you turn them all three on. Now, there are a couple factories that do produce multiple things. I think the flour factory produces at a higher rate and things like that. So I don't know if these 3 things are 3 individual lines or what. The best way for us to find out would be to do this. It is it's 1600 right now. Okay, no, that's fine. If we were to fast forward to 8 o'clock in the morning, which we're about to do, that'll put us 16 hours down the road, right? 16 hours. So 16 hours times any of these, 100 would be 1600 liters of, I'm sorry, I'm doing that wrong. Sorry. Ignore. I missed a step. I forgot to actually add by the cycles per month. So 16 hours would be 2/3. So that's 160, right? So that's actually, okay, that's a better way to put it. We get 10 cycles per hour. That's actually a better way to put it. So 160 cycles times 100. We would expect to lose 16,000 liters from each of these. So 16,000 liters. So we're at 136. And we're at 178. And we're at 99,329. I mean, I could have just written down one of them, but I'm just kind of curious just to make sure there's no other weird differences. Okay, so we are going to fast forward to 8 o'clock in the morning and see if we have 3 times the production or if we're actually producing at 1/3 of the speed. So let's find out. I don't think there's anything else we needed to do today. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's find out. We did consume 16,000 liters of carrots. We consumed 16,000 liters of parsnips, and we consumed 16,000 liters of red beets. So we are producing each of these 100% full speed. So that's good. That's what I was hoping for, because all my math for how much money we're going to make off of these was based on the idea that we were using all of these, which we do appear to be. So that is very, very good. It did just occur to me that we might not be able to rent the train right away because we won't have enough money to rent the train because we'll have negative money by the time we get to December. Yeah, in 3 more months, we will definitely have negative money, which is fine. But I hadn't thought about the impact of what that would be. Whatever. I was going to park you guys, but I don't think it really matters. Yeah, we might not be able to... If we can't lease the train, then we'll just have to sell them on the map until we can get up the money to lease the train. Just a little bit less money, but it's, you know, we got to do what we got to do. So I'm glad to know that we are getting full value. In fact, we can even check again. We should be about 60,000 liters on the red beets when I fast forward one more time here. So let's see if that's the case. I don't think there's anything else for us to check. 60,000 liters on the red beets is what we're looking for. Yep. Okay. So we are producing at full speed. That is really, really critical information to have, and very valuable information to have as well. So I'm glad I checked. I'm glad we know, and I'm glad it's working that way, because I would really hate to have to buy 3 different food factories just to be able to get max production of all 3 of those things, or even slow it down to where we can only do 1 of these, because that would really mess up all my math that I've done to make sure that we have enough money to get through an entire year. I'm curious if we can rent the train if we have negative money. I assume we can't, but I mean, I guess we won't know until we actually get there. So there's really nothing else for us to do except just fast forward to December, I don't think. We can check them. We can just check the value, because why not? I mean, it's at a really good value right now at Erlingrat, but presumably it will continue to go up until we get to December. So let's go ahead and just cruise along to December, and we'll start preparing for our transportation. Again, we will be negative. Negative is okay, because we're about to sell a whole bunch of stuff. We're not even done with all of our carrots, right? We're going to have carrots left over that'll be there for the future. Did it go down a little bit? I can't tell. I think it might have gone down a little bit, but in theory, again, it's still supposed to go up in December by a decent chunk. Oh, we're actually going to be full. That's not expected, but not a problem, because it's still going to be a lot of stuff that we can sell. But yeah, we're definitely not going to sell all the, get through all the carrots in this time period. All right, 1 more month. Let's get to December and let's sell this stuff. Actually, as soon as I get to December, we're going to check the values, check everything. We're going to check the train, and then we'll probably call the episode there. I'll bring you guys back next time once we start selling stuff. Okay. Pretty far into debt, right? We knew that was going to happen. We are completely capped on all our storage, which is not great. I guess I could have gone and unloaded some stuff to make sure it finished everything, but I think we'll be okay. The big question is, can I lease the train as it? Also, the other big question is 930. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent value, and the farmer's market would be not a terrible second. Now, it is going down in price, so we got to be relatively quick about this here. Okay, so let's teleport over to the train, and let's see if we can... Oh, it's actually there, so we want to get over there fast. And can we lease this? Yes, we can. Oh, okay, that's awesome. It'll just pay it out of the money that we spend. That is perfect. Okay, then let's get our pickup, our Bronco here, and let's go start doing some transportation. But I'm actually going to go ahead and put cut in here. When we come back, I'll start transporting some stuff over. I'll bring you guys back before I actually sell, and we'll go from there. But I'm liking some of the places where we're at. I think we're in a good place. It's interesting to think about the fact that we filled up on production, so maybe in the future I actually go ahead and offload the storage a little bit more and kind of take that into account. Actually, I don't think we're completely capped, are we? No, we're not completely capped. We're about to be capped, it looks like, but it's still going up. So that's actually almost perfect timing. That's actually unexpected and not intentional, but I do need to unload the other 2 crops as well, so we will do that as well here in just a bit. But again, I'll put a cut in here. I'll bring you guys back right before I sell the carrots. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and may God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.